So finally it came time to start building our application. The first thing we are going to do, I'm going to delete this view controller, select it, click delete, move to trash. And while we have app delegate selected, I'm going to say Command N, which will create a new file. And this is going to be a Swift file. Click next. I'm going to call this constants. In this file, we are going to have some constants, as the name says, so we don't have to type all the text every time and maybe we get a typo and our application will crash. So right now I'm going to copy and paste a lot of code and quickly explain you what is each one doing. So let's select it. And under the import, I'm pasting the code. And let's start from top. We are importing our Firebase, and we are importing the Firebase database. Then we are creating a backendless variable, which is going to be of class the backendless shared instance. This is basically we are initializing our backendless. Then same thing we are doing with our Firebase. We are initializing our Firebase. This one will get the Firebase, the location of our Firebase database. And this is the user defaults, which is our application's user defaults. Then we have some public keys. These constants we are going to use for avatar state. Then for the first run, we have also a number of messages. This number of messages is going to represent the maximum load of messages. So on first screen we are going to have 40 messages, and after that the user has to click load earlier messages to load more. You can play with this number as you want. Maximum duration, this is for video messages, which is for 5 seconds. Success again for uploading and downloading video and photo files. Then we have our recents. So these are the constants basically for each one. Otherwise we have to type the group or the private word every time. And right now if we are using constant, if I type k private, it will autofill by Xcode. And I'm sure that I'm not going to make any typos. This is uppercase or lowercase. So this basically translates when we type k private or k recent ID, this will get us the text it represents. You can go ahead and check what each one means. But as we are going to write our code, you will get familiar with these words and you will understand what is each one. This, for example, represents the message type, which is picture, text, video, audio, or location message. These are the coordinates, the message status, delivered, read, the device ID, and at the end we have 3 colors, red, green, blue. This one we're going to have a chat background, so the user will be able to select the background he or she wants. Alright, this you will get familiar with this when we start building our application. Now let's go to our app delegate, and we're going to do some setup here. First of all, let's import we're going to import our core location, and as you can see we don't have this, so we are going to add the library. Click on QuickChat and go to build phases here and link binary with libraries. Click add, and here we say core location framework, and we say add, and this will add the location framework to our project, so we can use it now. We are going to need a few more libraries. One of them is called System Configuration. Click on it and click Add. And we are going to need the PushKit framework. Click on it to add as well. Let's minimize this and let's go back to our app delegate for now. And let's continue importing our Firebase. So say import Firebase. Then I'm going to import Firebase database. And I'm going to import, and we're going to import notification center. All right, these are the libraries we need. We imported, and then under the app delegate classes, we need to tell our app delegate that this is going to be a delegate of CL location manager, because we are going to use our location. So we say CL location manager delegate. Then we need to add our location manager. So let's create a variable and call this location manager, which is going to be of type CL location manager, an optional. And then we need coordinates, which is again var coordinates, and this is going to be of type CL location and we need the coordinate 2D, which is going to be an optional as well. Right, this is the setup for our location, and right now what we need to do is to set up our Firebase and our backendless. So in our did finish launching with options, I'm going to delete this code and put some space here. Let's go to Chrome. Let's open our backendless, and here it tells us what exactly we need to get started. So we need our application ID and the secret, and we are using the iOS, so we need the secret for iOS. So let's go back to our application delegate file. I'm going to copy and paste a code. Let me remove this app ID and app secret. The version is going to be 1, and this is for our backendless. So in order to initialize our backendless, first we say, if you remember in our constants, here we have an instance of our backendless. So we say backendless. Select the one which is with small letters. We need to unwrap it, and we say init app with application ID, the secret, and the version. So the application ID is going to be our app ID from top. The application secret will be our secret key, and the version is going to be our version from top again. So now let's go to our backendless, copy our application ID. Please make sure that you copy your own application ID and your own application key from your backendless, and don't use these ones, because otherwise you will be using the backendless that under my control and you don't see actually your users later on. So make sure you copy your application ID, come here in app ID and paste it, then go back to your backend list, copy the secret for iOS and paste it here. So you are going to have your app ID and your app key instead of the one you can see on your screen. Now we need to initialize our Firebase. So in order to do this, we say fir app and we say configure. This will configure our Firebase, and we need to do one more thing for our Firebase, and this is for offline use. So we say fir database and we access the database and we say persistence enabled equals true. So this basically tells to Firebase that it should have a local database storage on the device as well. So when our application is offline, it can access the local database and get all the information from there.